ELYSE TV.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Raven, and today I'm here with a full face makeup look for you guys, but this is going to be a full face using only drugstore products. I got a bunch of new drugstore products that I wanted to try out, so it's going to be some stuff that I've never used before, but also some stuff that I've been using that I've always loved. And so yeah, I went to Target, I got L'Oreal, Maybelline, a bunch of stuff from Target, as well as a bunch of stuff from NYX. So if you guys want to see how I got this kind of greenish gold makeup look using only drugstore products, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so this is kind of going to be like a first impressions video because I got a lot of new stuff that I have not tried before. Drugstore, affordable products. I don't even really know what kind of look I'm going for. Honestly, I'm kind of making it up as I go along. So like I said, I got some new stuff. I got a bunch of stuff from NYX, which is a drugstore brand. They do sell it in Target, they do sell it in H-E-B, which is my grocery store. So this is a drugstore brand, but they also do have their own standalone store. So I actually went to the actual NYX store that's in my city, and I got a bunch of stuff. And I also got some stuff from Target, you know, regular Maybelline stuff. I got some Milani stuff. So we're just gonna be playing around, seeing how all this drugstore stuff works, seeing what kind of look I can come up with, seeing what I like, what I don't like, and just cross our fingers and hope it turns out good. So for primer, I didn't get anything new. I just have my Maybelline Baby Skin Primer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this all over my face, focusing in my T-zone, and just press it in. So next is foundation. I actually have two new drugstore foundations that I recently purchased. The first one that I purchased is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. I got it in the color 06 Sand Beige. I've heard a lot of good things about this foundation. It's supposed to be very full coverage and everything like that. I mean, it is supposed to be a foundation and concealer in one. I've seen lots of people try it, say that they like it, so I went ahead and finally picked it up. And then I also got the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation. You guys may have seen me using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, which is still in the Infallible line. This one is really awesome. I really like it. It is very matte. It is very full coverage already. So I'm like, how much more full coverage can this one even get if the other one was already full coverage? But this one's supposed to be like full coverage, 24-hour wear. It doesn't say what kind of finish, whether it's matte or glowy. I'm assuming it's going to be more matte, but it does say it's supposed to have a weightless feel. I got it in the color 307 Sand Beige as well. Wow, I didn't even notice that. These are both called Sand Beige, but they're from two different brands. So hopefully these are my color. I kind of tested this one out the other day, but I didn't really give it a fair chance. And I have not tried this one at all yet. So I'm kind of like, should I just use one or the other? Should I test both of them? I think I'm going to go ahead and test a little bit of both. I love the fact that it has a pump. I love foundations with pumps. It's just so much easier. And then I'm also going to go ahead and open up the L'Oreal foundation as well. Oh wow, it has like a little squirty squirt thing. I'm just gonna compare the colors next to each other. First of all, the consistencies are totally freaking different. So this one is the Milani right here. It's liquidy. I mean, it just looks like a liquid foundation. Like, I feel like we've all seen that before. It's not running, it's not dripping down my hand too much, but it's definitely liquidy. This one is the L'Oreal Total Cover, and it is so freaking thick, y'all. It's so thick, it's almost like a mousse. It's almost like a pudding. Like, it's so thick. When I squeeze it out, I was like, is this buttercream frosting? Like, it's so thick. But it says supposed to be a weightless feel, so I guess we'll see. First of all, the colors are called the same thing and they are not the same. L'Oreal one is a lot more pink neutral, and the Milani has a little bit more of a yellow golden undertone. Okay. It's almost like a mousse type of consistency to it. Like, it does blend out into like a weightless feel, even though it comes out so thick on the back of your hand. That color matches my true skin tone pretty well. I'm afraid if I put it all over my face, it's going to make me look very pale and washed out. Let's try the Milani one, which looks a little bit darker. Let's try it on this side. Yeah, so this one's a lot more yellow golden. And it is full coverage. I mean, it just covered up that whole acne scar breakout that I had right there. And it blends out very weightless and pretty as well. I kind of like this color better though. It's more golden. This one is a lot more like you know, just not, doesn't have any oomph to it. This one has a little bit of golden undertone. Let me take a little bit more of the L'Oreal just to see. I guess it would kind of depend on what I was going for that day. If I was feeling more tan, if I was feeling more normal. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix half and half, both of them together, just because. So I'm gonna do another pump of each on the back of my hand. I always like to mix foundations anyway, because sometimes one is a little to this, one's a little to that. So, you know, just mix them together, girl. Definitely when you mix these two together, you're definitely gonna get full coverage because they're both super full coverage. And I am blending this out with a beauty blender, which is not a drugstore sponge, but you could definitely use the Real Techniques sponge. Mine is super dirty. Instead, it's like an affordable dupe for the beauty blender, but I just still really like the actual beauty blender, so I'm cheating a little bit. Okay, so there's foundation done. I'm looking like a baked potato right now because I have no definition to my face, but definitely full coverage, definitely a weightless feel. Even with both of them mixed together, it feels very weightless, doesn't feel heavy on my skin or anything crazy like that. So honestly, with testing out both of them, I like both of them. It just kind of depends on what you're going for that day and how your skin reacts to it over time. So I guess I will see. Okay, so for cream contour, I got this mineral stick foundation from NYX. So it's actually supposed to be a stick foundation, but I just got it in a dark brown color so I can use it as a contour stick. NYX does have contour sticks, but they're like a duo, like contour and highlighter, and I never need the highlighter side. So I was like, let me just get this as a contour stick instead. I think it was like $10, so not bad at all. And I did swatch it in the store. Since it was an actual NYX store, they do have tester products for you to swatch, which is really nice. So I think this will be a pretty good color for my cream contour. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this. And since it is a stick foundation, I thought it would be pretty easy to blend out, so I wouldn't have to worry about that. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out with my E.L.F. Ultimate Blending Brush. These are like $3, I think. Okay, so yeah, this is super easy to blend. So that's good. And I find that it's better to do your cream contour first before you do like your concealer highlighting, because sometimes you can get a little bit messy and crazy with your contour, but then if you do your concealer after, you can kind of clean it up with the concealer or tone it down with the concealer. Okay, so I'm actually very happy with that. That was a good purchase. So for concealer, I'm gonna use my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Sand Sable. And I'm gonna do it under my eyes. And kind of bring it up the sides of my nose as well. And then I'm going to do a little bit on my cupid's bow and a little bit on my chin. But the foundation and everything was so full coverage, I don't really feel like I need to put it much more anywhere else. And I'm just going to go in with my beauty blender again. To set my highlighted areas, I'm going to go in with my Airspun Loose Powder. And I'm just going to dip in with my damp beauty blender and go under my eye, as well as my T-zone and around my mouth and chin. So basically just the whole center of my face. Make sure you get the corner of your nose, because that's like a place that's always looking greasy. Okay, so everything is mattified and set. I've used this powder several times before, so I know it does the trick. So I recently went to Target and got these brushes by Sonia Kashuk. They're super fancy, super fetch. They have like little gold details and they're really, really cute. They are kind of pricey. This one was like $20. This one was like $16 just for one eyeshadow brush, but they were so cute and I felt like the quality was gonna be good too. And they are, the bristles do feel very soft. So I got the number 7 small eyeshadow brush. They come in these really fancy boxes. And then I also got this one, which is a face powder brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one and go into a little bit more of the Airspun powder and kind of dust off the excess, and then kind of lightly set the rest of my face. I don't want to put too much like I did with the center of my face, but I do kind of want to set it a little bit before I go over with any other contour or bronzer or blush. And then I'm just going to dust off this same brush and use this same brush for my contour powder. I'm actually going to go into my E.L.F. contour palette. I have actually several of these E.L.F. palettes. They have a blush palette, a foundation palette, multiple bronzer palettes, multiple blush palettes, and they have contour palette as well. So the contour palette just looks like this. It has a contour shade, 2 contour shades, and 2 highlight shades. I typically use this one because it's more on the gray side. This one's a little bit too pink. I will say these e.l.f. powders are not super pigmented, which is kind of cool sometimes because with contour powders you can kind of easily go ham and go crazy with it. So these are nice because you can just kind of softly build it up and you don't have to worry about it looking too crazy or too dark. Picked up some extra brushes by e.l.f. as well. These are like the $3, $1 brushes. I got an angled contour brush and a small tapered brush. I'm gonna take this angled contour brush, which is a really small little brush, which is really good for nose contour in my opinion. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my nose contour with it. You can see it's kind of just a little slanted little brush, and I'm gonna go into that same contour powder from the e.l.f. palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and contour the sides of my nose. Next, I'm gonna go into one of my favorites, which is my Milani bronzer in Soleil. I just love this bronzer. I use it all the time, so this is nothing new. And I'm just gonna add some color to my face. And lately, my aesthetic has kind of been like sunburnt. I don't know, I like to add like a lot of bronzer like right up in here to the center of my face where you normally wouldn't really put a lot of bronzer. Most of the time that you kind of focus it on the perimeter of your face, but lately I've been kind of liking kind of putting on more bronzer towards the center of my face just to give me like an overall like super, you know when you go out in the sun and you get like that sunburn like right here across your nose. I don't know, lately I've been liking that more, so I'm kind of like putting on a lot. Also guys, don't judge me for how my wig looks during this video. I always have to fix my wig after I do my makeup. For a little bit of extra color on the cheeks, I'm gonna go in with Milani Luminoso. Also nothing new, also one of my favorites, but hey, it works. I'm just gonna put that right on the apples of the cheeks, just a little. And I am just gonna take my beauty blender and kind of just go over that a little bit just so it's not too crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and save the highlighter for last and just move on to the eyes now. So at the NYX store, I got a NYX little create your own eyeshadow palette thing. I did a quad. They have an option of doing either 4 shadows, 9 shadows, or 12 shadows, I believe. So I just did the 4. So you can buy the little palette and then you can buy the little individual single shadows. Of course, this is only something you can do at the actual NYX store or maybe online, I guess, but they won't have this in the actual drugstore. But I feel like it still counts because you can get the individual shadows at the drugstore and they're the same thing, but just in this you can create the palette and it was there. Okay, so here's my little quad that I created. I got 2 kind of just matte warm brown transition shades. I got a sparkly bronzy rose goldy shimmer color, and then I also got another shimmer color in this really pretty green color. So this is my little quad that I created. It's super cute. They have a lot of shadows to choose from too, so that was super awesome. So I'm gonna actually base my look around this quad. I also have this Maybelline color tattoo eye chrome thing. It's like the color tattoo where you can kind of paint it on your lid and it kind of goes into a liquid and it dries down. I don't have a good drugstore eye primer, so I'm just letting my concealer and face powder be my primer today. And first I'm just gonna go in with a fluffy brush into this lighter brown shade into my crease. See how these shadows work. So I feel like these shadows are pretty good. They're pretty blendable. They're pretty pigmented. I mean, they're kind of just as good as like the Morphe shadows that I usually use. They are a little bit powdery. There's a lot of like fallout in the pan when you try to pick up the product. So that's one of the only kind of like downside of more affordable eyeshadows. But once you apply it to your face, they look pretty good. It's just kind of the powdery fallout that's kind of annoying. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the darker brown that I have here, just kind of on the outer crease. Deepen that up a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this color tattoo on the back of my hand just to double check how it's gonna be. Okay, that is pretty dang metallic. I don't know, it's cool. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go for it and apply this to my lid, focusing more just on the center of the lid. I think that's good to start. I'm probably gonna go back and kind of add more at the end, but I wanna go in with the green shade out of here, just on this smaller brush, and go into the outer lid. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. And now I'm going to take this last color in the quad that I haven't used yet, which is kind of like this shimmery rose gold color, and I'm going to put that in the inner third of my lid. That came out a little bit more pink than I thought it was, but we gonna roll with it. Still kind of a cool color combination though, if I do say so myself. Okay, I'm gonna go back into my original transition shade and go back into the crease just to kind of blend and clean that up a little bit. So I'm gonna go on my lower lash line with the darker brown shade. Okay, so I'm gonna pause on the eyes for a second and go to brows. I'm just gonna brush them out real quick. If you guys saw my last makeup video, you saw that I am doing my brows a little bit differently these days. I'm doing more of a feathered natural brow look, I guess. So I do my brows kind of last, and I use a felt tip pen. I have one by NARS, which is obviously not Drugstore, but I also have one by NYX that I was using. But today I got a NYX felt tipped eyeliner. This one that I've been using is the actual brow pen. It's meant for your brows. It's a lot lighter. It's not as pigmented. It kind of like fades a little bit. This one is an eyeliner, so it's just more of a striking, thick, pigmented line, but I got it in the dark brown color. And I just kind of lightly start filling in little brow hairs. This just kind of gets the base color on there and just gets your kind of like base fullness on there, I guess. You see the little point, get you that precision hair stroke. This is a pretty dark brown though, so I'm going to have to be careful not to go too crazy. So I got my bushy brows on, and now I'm gonna go over it with some clear brow gel by E.L.F. So yeah, this is definitely a bolder brow, but I feel like once I do the mascara and the lashes and everything, and especially with this darker hair, I feel like it works. So speaking of mascara, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Volume Express Mascara. I recently purchased this from Target. I've seen it on YouTube, so I wanted to try it. It's supposed to be like super volumizing and all that stuff. So it's a cute little purple and gold bottle. I haven't tried any drugstore, like any new drugstore mascaras in a very long time, because I'm just kind of like, really? Does it really do all of that? You make all these big claims. But I was like, let me go ahead and try it. Wow, okay, so is it volumizing? Yes. Does it make your lashes colossal? Yes, this actually works really well. Definitely added a lot of volume and length to my lashes. Dare I say it's kind of comparable to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which is like the mascara if you want like thick, full lashes. It can kind of seem like it can give you a clumpy look though if you're not careful, because it is kind of a thick formula and stuff. But if you like that big thick lash look and you don't mind it looking a little bit clumpy up close, you'll probably like this. Okay, cool. So lashes on fleek. This mascara actually works. I'm not going to use it on my bottom lashes though, because I know it's already going to make it too like clumpy and spidery. I'm going to go ahead and use my L'Oreal Telescopic mascara instead. I like this mascara. It's more just of a lengthening, like long wispy lashes. Not going to make your lashes super thick or anything, but it will separate them out and make them like just straight and long, if that makes sense. So it is good for bottom lashes. Plus look at the wand. I mean, that's really good for bottom lashes. Going back to the eyes now, I'm going to use my other Sonia Kashuk little eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to actually use this highlighter, which I have actually been loving for a while now. I've used it in some of my other videos. This is actually from Sally Beauty Supply, and it's by the brand Real Colors. I'm going to take this on this eyeshadow brush and put it in my inner corner. And I'm also going to take it and put it on my brow bone. And I'm going to use this same highlighter to highlight my face. So I'm going to take it on the eyeshadow brush and highlight my nose. Just a little bit down the bridge of my nose. And then, of course, pack it on the tip of my nose like I like to do. And then with my E.L.F. fan brush, I'm going to take that same highlighter and put it on the cheekbones. You can see I'm not having to wet my brush or do my little oil trick or anything, and this powder just already goes on very pigmented like this, so I really like it. For lashes, I did pick up some new lashes today at the NYX store as well. These are the NYX Be Wicked, and they are in the style Vixen, and they pretty much kind of look like giant wispies almost. Ardell wispies are my favorite lash drugstore or not, this is like the only lash that I find looks good on me. Like, I don't know, it's so hard for me to find lashes that I like. So I always use Ardell Wispies. I just buy like the big 5-pack and just keep them on deck at all times. But these kind of look like giant wispies. I'm afraid to just use these on their own, honestly. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it safe and I'm gonna just apply some wispies, and then I might try to like cut these and like layer it on the outer corner. I don't know, we're gonna play around, we're gonna see. I just got so much freaking lash glue in my eye. I think I might have just sacrificed my vision for this makeup look. So now I'm gonna take these NYX lashes and cut them in half and just put it on the outer edge, like stack it on, just to give these a little bit more. Okay, well, before I actually go blind, I think I'm done with lashes. I added that extra outer half to the outer half, and I mean, it looks cute. I don't know if it made that big of a difference, but you know, it's cute. But now for lips, I picked up a couple of new products. I picked up a NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the color Sandstorm. And then I also got these Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid lipsticks from Target, and I got the colors, this nude color, which is Nude Thrill, and this darker color, which is Coffee Buzz. I'm feeling like with these eyes, I should just do the nude. I know y'all are gonna kill me because I always do the same mauve nude, but hey, mauve nude is cute, okay? Okay, so yeah, this is cute. This is the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. I think it's cool that they have a matte lip liner, because some lip liners are kind of like very creamy and have like a shine to them, but these are actually super matte, so that's cool. I like it. Now I'm gonna go in with the Nude Thrill Vivid Matte from Maybelline, which I kind of swatched these and they're not really matte. I mean, look how glossy the, like, look. I don't know how to, like, the consistency is like soft, but it doesn't really dry down to like a matte. Like this is not matte, but they call it matte, but I guess it's not glossy, but it's not matte, but it's kind of like in between. Once you kind of like rub it in and blend it in, it does kind of, like, it's matte-ish, but not really. So now I'm just going to set my face with my setting spray that I always use, which is also from Sally Beauty Supply by Real Colors. And this is the finished look, you guys. So I think it came out pretty cute. I think my little eye look came out okay. I mean, it's not the bombest eye look I've ever seen in my life, but you know, it came out pretty cute. I actually really like almost all the products that I tried. I don't think there's anything that I tried today that I just really don't like. I mean, I'm not too crazy about these matte lipsticks because they're not matte. I mean, you can see still right now, it doesn't dry. It doesn't really actually get matte. So I'm not really too crazy about these, but I mean, they're still cute colors. So I don't know. Everything else I definitely really liked. All the NYX stuff, especially this mascara especially. So yeah, I mean, everything was pretty much a win for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this drugstore makeup look. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what you want to see for my next makeup related video, certain colors, certain products. Let me know. I will link all of the products down below, all the ones that I can find. I will try to link everything down below for you guys, so definitely check out the description box. But other than that, that's everything. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. My chair is so freaking squeaky. I'm trying to make the what it is, ho. Oh, what's up? But I can't do it. It's not the right kind of squeak. Wow, did I have lipstick on my teeth the whole time? My eye still freaking hurts. Oh, I'm gonna be blind tomorrow, y'all. Well, it was nice seeing y'all.